do this.
Let's go.
Let me make sure I have my notes.
Hello.
Braden Herrington here with Davie Portman for upNXT, postwrestling.com, patreon.com/upNXT, on Twitter at upNXT podcast. That's at upNXT podcast. Welcome. It's Wednesday night.
And youtube.com/upNXT.
How silly of me. We're live on YouTube as we are every Wednesday night after NXT ends. We go live at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, and we go live on our YouTube, youtube.com/upNXT. Shout out everyone in the YouTube room right now. We see you, fam. We're on camera. We even David turned his room here in the BDE, the Braden Davie estate, into this new studio.
Yeah,
for our YouTube. So
we're as we get deeper into the Patreon, we've been adding little things to our set. We bought a nice little table, bought these shelves today, got all our wrestling stuff up. So trying to make it look a bit more legit for when we record.
Yeah, we're just two dudes in our house where we live in our apartment, and now we turn it into our set and Patreon money, baby.
Yeah, if you pull the camera back, you see dirty underwear. There's lightsaber on my bed, unmade bed.
There's literally a lightsaber on
but
the bed.
This on the screen you're seeing right now looks pretty nice, I think.
So yeah, if you ever want to see what we look like, go to youtube.com/upnext. But people listen all over. Shout out anyone listening on your podcast apps, your Spotify, wherever you do. Let us know where you listen to us, review us, rate us, whatever, all that fun stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, I actually want to give a quick shout out right now because at work on Friday last week, I finished my shift. I was playing pinball with Pinball Kev, as I like to call him. And the bartender came over to me and was like, "Oh, can you come to the bar quickly?" It's like, "Sure, why?" I was, "Oh, I've got some listeners of your podcast here." I was like, "What?"
Oh.
And this, I believe they were a couple, came in, asked if we show wrestling there. And the bartender was like, "Oh, not usually. There's one bartender here who does like wrestling, though, and actually does a podcast." And I'm like, "Oh, who is it?" They're like, "Oh, it's Davie Portman."
Whoa.
So went over and said hello. They were super nice. It was Brit, so a shout out to Brit.
Right.
Can't remember the guy's name, but he did say he didn't actually listen to us. He just listens to John and Way. So fuck that guy.
So wait,
I'm joking.
So wait, Brit listens, but the guy doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh.
But he's going to. He said he's going to. So he's listening.
Oh, he's listening right now.
He should be listening
right now.
So
I shouldn't say anything like what I was about to say.
What were you going to say?
I don't know, but hi, Brit.
Okay. Guess who the single one is here?
Shout out.
So no, that was super lovely. It was really nice to meet you guys.
Excellent. That's amazing. I love that we have this little weird cult following here with this podcast. So shout out new listeners, shout out old. We're your NXT friends. Every Wednesday we do an NXT review, this review. But on our patreon.com/upnext, we do so many more shows than just this. We go back in time for What's Next, where we review NXT from the beginning, and we just did the show of the first ever crowning of the first ever champion.
Yes.
Spoilers, Seth Rollins, first ever NXT champion. So we reviewed that match with him and Jinder all the way back in 2012. That was a lot of fun. We do this show called Best Match Ever. We did a night at the Rumble, where we went back and watched the greatest Royal Rumble matches that aren't Rumble matches. And oddly enough, we butted heads on that show. And I chose a match that involves Kurt Angle. And Kurt Angle, in a recent interview, just said that he personally says that is his best match.
Wow, really?
Ever. So, fitting that we talk about
Kurt
that match.
Angle is one of my favorites as well. But yeah, the match I picked
wasn't that match, but it's still
longevity-wise, it was something very important.
Well, people can go listen to us chat about that as well. So we did you made me, well, not you, but a listener of ours, a world champion tier, Chris Thunder from Down Under, made us watch Doctor Who, the movie. I have never seen anything Doctor Who. I don't know what a TARDIS is, but now I do. I do now. And we did it Up Yours is what we call it. We did that show as well, which you can again go check out for $5 a month in our North American tier. You get all these shows. So we've just been doing podcast after podcast. So we're just crazy busy.
And I feel tomorrow is the main event.
What's tomorrow?
Because tomorrow, I've been getting messages from Mike Murray, who's been at the dojo training away.
Fuck.
John and Way have, I think Way on his flight was sort of cramming and like training away, doing chin ups on the luggage storage thing. Because tomorrow it is the Royal Rumble.
It's the Royal Rumble.
It's the BDE present the Royal Rumble. So we did a little game for Survivor Series, which Way won. And
that was a lot of fun.
So I've been thinking of, because the Royal Rumble's the next like themed thing.
Yeah.
What can we do? And I've come up with this game that yourself, myself, Wai Ting, John Pollock, and Mike Murray are all going to play tomorrow, and we're going to see who will win the Royal Rumble and headline WrestleMania.
Yeah, I've already challenged Mike Murray to wear his Zubaz pants, so he's bringing them. So
and
that's
his bum bag, his fanny pack.
His fanny pack, yeah. Wow, bum bag, nice. So I'm super excited about that. That is crazy. So John and Wai and Mike Murray and me and you are going to do this Rumble game. Going to be super fun. And the Royal Rumble is this Sunday.
Yeah.
Wrestling fans, this is the time. It doesn't really have this weird charm going on because it's wrestling. The main roster's
like
cold.
They've forgotten it was even a thing.
Yeah. Remember the Rumble? That was the slogan they did once.
For the Alamo.
Yeah. I'm like, it's weird because we're going to be watching the Royal Rumble on Sunday. In fact, we're going to be trying this like new thing out this weekend. We want to try doing like a kind of a watch along. We both decided we're like we're doing a review of Worlds Collide this Saturday for free on this very feed, wherever you get your podcast. We're doing a upNXT Worlds Collide because this weekend's going to be crazy. But we're also going to be doing like this like watch along kind of thing. So if you're ever interested in kind of watching wrestling with I don't know, friends, but you maybe don't have any that want to watch wrestling with you, well, you can use this app that we're going to test out and join. We got our video cameras ready and stuff. Hot Mic.
Yeah, Hot Mic, HOTMIC.
Yeah, and we're going to be joining. So follow our Twitters for all the information there because it's free to join and free to watch. It basically syncs up audio and video of us with whatever you're watching. And like, so you can't get spoiled or laggy ahead of time or behind or anything.
Yeah, it looks super user friendly. So when you go on the app, you can put it on your phone. I think there's a website so you can watch on your computer as well.
Yeah.
You just search. There's loads of tabs along the top. So you've got NBA, NHL, soccer, NFL, and
no one's doing wrestling.
They have WWE. So if you click on the WWE tab on Sunday night, we might even try it out for Saturday. So just check our Twitter, but definitely Sunday night for the Royal Rumble. Click on WWE and look for, I think it's the BDE Royal Rumble. There's a few guys doing it on there, but look for us. It'll be quite clear on there.
Yeah, all you got to do is like the app is free. Everything's free. You just click it and then you can watch and chat with us while this is a webcam on us, and then you also can just watch. It's basically like watching with some friends. So I think it's pretty cool.
It should be a lot of fun.
I like the fact whenever people tell me that this show reminds them of just listening to like your friends kind of talk about wrestling. Because me and you we don't call ourselves journalists, really.
Speak for yourself. No, you're right.
We're more like your friends. And I love when we get to hear that. So this thing is like even like kind of like the next level. It's like a watch along kind of thing. So I'm interested in seeing this.
Yeah, it seems these guys got in contact with you. Obviously, Twitch, especially in the gaming world, is such a huge thing, and it seems like these guys are trying to do kind of the Twitch for sports. So I really hope it takes off. The two guys creating this app seem super cool.
Well, we're also like we're just going to be watching it. So we're like, well, if someone somewhere is watching this by themselves, or maybe not even by yourselves, but you want some company or whatever, I don't know, throw your hat and try it out. It's all free.
And what's a better event to do it with than the Royal Rumble?
Exactly.
There's so much excitement of who's going to come out, who's going to win. I think the last few years, actually, it hasn't been clear, the winner. It used to be really kind of obvious who's going to win.
Then let's talk about the Royal Rumble this Sunday.
Sure,
because, I don't really watch the main roster stuff. I don't really see what's going on and stuff. But
I watch through John and Wai's eyes.
Right. Yes, of course. They do. They watch it so you don't have to.
Yeah.
And I don't know, people saying Drew McIntyre, that's weird. I don't like him.
So Drew v. Brock, would you say?
Or
because it seemed like they were like last year heating up Drew for the Undertaker. They had that tag match with Undertaker and who was it again? Roman against Shane and Drew. And they kind of started something there that they've kind of dropped. I know you dislike Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
I think there is something there with him. He's
not
for
bad.
like a WWE guy, like a Vince stereotype.
Yeah.
You could do way worse than Drew McIntyre.
I don't know. People, I know,
and it's fresh as well.
Another thing is someone who we will be talking about a lot later on this show is Keith Lee. People are like, "Fuck it, just do it, just make him win the Rumble," because they've made it clear that there are a lot more of NXT guys in the Rumble this year.
Yeah,
they've treated it like a third brand. There's going to be a lot of NXT guys, which is great. I need to see some of them in both Rumbles. I mean, so that's cool. But I don't know. There's still
before tonight, maybe I don't see that being a thing anymore.
It could be all Swerve.
Maybe,
bro. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a bunch of different ways that you could go with the Royal Rumble. For me, is I feel like the past few years they haven't had the surprises as
the legends,
like legends, or like just like a one-off thing. Like I don't know. It feels late. It feels weaker in the past few years.
So we will be talking about it a bit tomorrow, but why not now? Like if you could pick a legend, a surprise, a realistic surprise.
Right. Is Edge a realistic surprise? Because I don't want to see the guy wrestle if he can't wrestle. Everyone's talking about Edge as well. And I'm like, I love Edge. He's one of my favorites, but like it's past his time. And I don't know. I feel like it's just not a good look.
I'd kind of like to see it.
Right. I'm not saying I'd mark out when I hear some Alter Bridge kick.
Yeah.
You think you know
me. Although I think maybe, I mean, I don't know Christian's condition, but considering their stage in life, maybe Edge and Christian versus the New Day or something like that. If they are coming out, I think that could kind of help both guys a bit more. The promos there would be awesome.
Right.
I feel Kofi, who was in a main event last year and is now just the tag champs again.
Yeah.
I think that would be a main event kind of match.
Sure.
So that's something I'd quite like to see. Do I see Edge in the Rumble? I don't know. I kind of hope so. I think it would be. I'd lose my shit.
I don't know.
He's one of the. There's only a few guys I haven't seen wrestle live who I'd like to. Edge is one. Punk is another.
Oh,
I've pretty much seen everyone else.
You've never seen Punk? I guess you got.
No, my first show I went to was WrestleMania 30. He fucking quit a few weeks before.
You can watch backstage.
Yeah,
or just follow his Twitter. He wears golf shirts. So other than I don't know the Royal Rumble and the Worlds Collide this week, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Had a bit of a funny story at work yesterday.
Oh no! What did you do? Did someone propose to someone?
No, these two ladies from Burlington came in.
Okay.
Like late middle age, I'll say politely. They'd clearly had a few pops before coming in.
A little bit of the bubbly.
They were very nice. Like they were super nice. It came to paying the bill. I think the bill was like $69.70.
Nice.
Nice. And I walk away. I look at the slip, and she's tipped 20 cents on top.
No.
And I'm looking at that, and I'm going, it's awkward because you don't want to bring it up, but I know that's a mistake.
Right.
Like that's
it's just supposed to be $20
for Brits listening, because I know culture's different there. Like obviously I'm from the UK. It's kind of expected like 15 to 20% on a tip over here, and everyone does it pretty much. So I was like, fuck, should I say something? And the bartender was like, look, it's clearly a mistake, just go over,
tell them.
So I put on the charm. I went over and was like, hi, I don't want to seem rude or anything, but did you mean to leave 20 cents? And she's like, oh my god, no. I left 20. I wanted to do 20%. I am so sorry.
Or she's lying.
She goes, I used to serve myself. I know what it's like. I know you guys work hard. No, I totally would. I was like, oh, that's fine. The other woman's like, you know what? Ring in another beer for me. I'll pay for it and cover the tip that we owe you. Like, give you a proper tip. I was like, thank you. I was like, I wouldn't normally say, but it just seemed the number's weird as well. Like the fact it's 20 cents, you just leave nothing, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So I ring in the beer, bring the beer over with the bill, and as I drop it off, the woman who like previously paid, was like, how come you get a beer and I don't? And I'm like, oh shit. So the woman then paid and left 20%, but on the beer she just ordered.
Oh no.
So I'm not going back a second time. So God. I think I got
$2,
$180 on the total
for all
of
this.
Like at this point now a $76 bill.
Wow.
Which I actually found pretty funny. Like I was glad I found it because like they both fucked up.
I
Like,
don't know.
it's like,
They both fucked up.
I was like,
in
let's
2020.
just hope they got home safely and I don't lose my job for over serving
Well,
these ladies.
at my work, I work at a TV station, a bunch of them now, and we process show. I watch a lot of TV shows that we air, and we got in this show for a guy I've never watched TV with him in it, but Gordon Ramsay.
Oh yeah.
So he's got this new show. He goes in, and I don't know. He goes in
and shouts at people about food.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. You kind of remind me of
Gordon Ramsay.
Yeah. You don't you're not mean and yell at people though. I mean, I've seen you yell at people and swear, but you don't swear as much as
he's
him.
just an angry man, isn't he?
Yeah, and maybe just British people. I'm like, oh, you remind me of him. But because of that, he inspired me for tonight's NXT dinner.
Oh yeah, the main event, the real
learning,
main event.
Yeah, I've been learning watching this Gordon Ramsay 24 hours to hell and back, where he's got 24 hours to fix this restaurant. It's cool. I've never watched any of this stuff, so this is all new to me. I'm like, wow, cable. Us millennials. And so tonight in our NXT, I mean, it's Wine Wednesdays. In the Wednesday Night Wars, we drink wine. Our landlord gave us a fancy bottle of red.
Really nice bottle of red.
So we had that with our dinner. But it was my turn to cook this week. And we joke about all the stuff we create. What was it? Dominic Dyed Jerk Kovic.
Yeah.
What did we have last week?
We've had like Dakota Thai green curry.
Right.
We've had beef busick. Last week, I can't. I did like Keith Lemon.
Yeah.
Chicken. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So this week, I was like, what's the easiest thing I can come up with? It's like thinking of puns for wrestling. That's how I base what.
Now we're working backwards.
Yeah.
Normally we just cook something and be like, what the fuck are we calling
Yeah, this is how like meta this is. And I'm like, what's a wrestler we didn't have anything? Wait, there's a guy named Bobby Fish. How easy is that? So today I went to the St. Lawrence Market here in Toronto, and I went fish hunting. Ended up eating some oysters on the way there before buying fish. Actually, oddly enough, I went to the aquarium in Toronto this week as well. So I saw a bunch of fish live and said, damn, I'm going to eat
fish on the brain.
I'm going to eat you later this week. So I went to the St. Lawrence Market and I got some fish, and I got some big chunks of cod and made some cod in the oven with some lemon and some simple some Thai green chili. Yeah, some Thai curry, little red curry, not curry, sorry, chili peppers.
Yeah.
So it was just awesome, and then we just cooked it with some linguine, olive oil. Boom! I'm Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, it was gorgeous. It was very tasty.
So we realized this is called just simply call it the Bobby Fish, but I realized it's cod. And tonight was someone in the main event who wasn't Bobby Fish, but you could technically call it the Roderick Strong, Bobby Fish, and Kyle Linguini. Yeah.
You could have Adam Soul there as well. The Undisputed Era.
The Undisputed Era. Yeah. So Roderick Strong and Bobby Fish is what we had tonight, and it was gorgeous. So very nice. We need to have some more fish recipes.
Yeah.
So get on that.
I just thought we could have something with Joaquin Wild Rice as well down the line.
Joaquin Wild Rice, because it's Joaquin Wild. And yeah, right. What about Joaquin Phoenix winning all these awards for Joker? Do you think he's going to win the Oscar? Because I know you've been going. We both. We haven't really talked about it.
When are the BAFTAs? I feel BAFTAs are normally the one that tips for the Oscars.
That sounds like a Star Wars alien.
The BAFTAs is the British one, British Academy.
Banthas.
Yes. But the Golden Globes often kind of disagree with the Oscars. I found over the years.
Me and you have been watching some of these movies, well, like separately, but we both realized we've been kind of trying to catch up to these Oscar nominations because there's been a lot of cool movies this year, and that are all kind of nominated. So you've been going out of your way to watch some of them, and I've actually been doing the same thing, and we kind of realized that we were both doing that. So what have you kind of seen briefly?
Well, I saw 1917 the other day.
Right. Okay.
I can't recommend it enough. It's Sam Mendes who directed American Beauty, directed Skyfall and Spectre, the Bond films. Really great British director. And he's directed 1917, a war film, and it's shot like Birdman style. So it's made to look like the whole thing's one take.
Interesting.
I did not know this going into it, and I'm about 20 minutes into it, and I go, wait, they've not cut yet. It feels, especially with it being a World War I film, it feels like you're playing a video, like one of the Call of Duties or something, because you're following
COD.
Call of Duty. Oh yeah, because you're following the same guy throughout the entire film. But just the performances are amazing. The story, it's like really gripping because you're just with this guy for 2 hours. Out of the ones I've seen so far, which are very few, I've only seen Jojo Rabbit, which I loved.
Oh, and you're naming the ones I haven't seen.
And Joker.
I saw that.
I think 1917's fantastic.
I watched. I loved Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It was one of my favorite movies last year. But I think Brad Pitt's winning the supporting.
Okay,
hands down. But I've watched The Irishman, and it's amazing, but it's so long. But I watched Ford versus Ferrari. I love that as well. I'm not a huge Matt Damon fan, but I thought he was like pretty fucking good. But my favorite movie, I think, this year so far that I've seen is Parasite.
Yeah, I really want to see it.
The Korean, like,
I might see it tomorrow night. I think
thriller type kind of weird thing. Holy shit! Can't recommend this enough. You have to watch it with subtitles because it's not
unless you're Korean.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so you do have to pay like attention, but totally worth it. Just fantastic. Like, it's up there in good movies of our generation.
I did start watching Marriage Story the other night, which was one I didn't think I'd like.
It sounds like a horror movie to me. A marriage story? No, thank you. Goodbye.
I'm about halfway through. My my girlfriend fell asleep while we were watching it, so we had to put a pause on it. It's actually really good. I know it's gonna be like pretty fucking heartbreaking at the end of it.
Sure.
But it's really good. I think Adam Driver's fantastic as an actor. Kylo. Scarlett Johansson's been putting out some fantastic performances this year as well. She's wonderful in Jojo Rabbit. Yeah, and she's been great in Marriage Story so far.
So we decided that for our Patreon, after the Oscars, we'll review the Best Picture winner. We'll probably chat about all the ones we've watched.
Yeah,
because you should watch Ford versus Ferrari.
I've got it on my. I haven't got it on my computer. I've found a way of watching it somehow.
Right, like how we watch NXT.
Yes.
In Ford versus Ferrari, they get in a fight, Christian Bale and Matt Damon, and they're fighting like on his front lawn. And at one point, Matt Damon hits a wrestling move on Christian Bale. Yeah. I don't want to tell you what it is, but it's your favorite wrestling move. The side Russian leg sweep makes an appearance in Ford versus Ferrari.
The other day, Braden goes to me, hey, I really want you to see this film because I want you to tell me what you think of Christian Bale's British accent. And I'm like, it made me second guess, and I was like, second think it, and I was like, unless I'm absolutely crazy, Christian Bale's British.
I had no idea.
And like, yeah, he does this weird British accent in the film. I want you to tell me what you think. It's like, pretty sure.
I thought he was great. That's why I was like, dude, you have to tell me he's not nailing this accent. So that makes a lot of sense now, because I've watched Christian Bale in all those Batman movies, which I'm a huge fan of, and American Psycho, and he's American as fuck. So like, I guess I should be saying, wow, have you seen Christian Bale's American accent? Holy shit, it's amazing. Yeah, check that out.
Someone in the rooms just said you can't have a fish theme without Finn Balor.
Wow, right. Shark fin soup, which I would never ever eat. I've turned down many times. That's terrible, disgusting. But fin, it's where they cut the fins off the sharks.
Right, yeah.
But it would make a good name for a stew. So fuck, should we just do it? Shark fin soup. Yeah, we're always open to the food suggestions and recipes. So even if you don't have a name for something, but you have cool recipes, because we decided that, we're roommates and we watch NXT and do this show every Wednesday. We might as well, instead of just eating NXT takeout every Wednesday, we would just make stuff. So it's been
fun.
Yeah,
it's
really
fun.
Tasty. So I guess now we can talk about why we're here in the first place, and that's to talk about some NXT from January 22nd. So it's the go-home show to this Worlds Collide this Saturday on the WWE Network. NXT versus NXT UK. There's a video package here to start off the show, reminding you that it's this Sunday, because I don't know, I feel like there's a lot of hate towards the NXT UK scene in the end of the last little year. So this is kind of, it's like, I don't know, it's got some shine. They did the Takeover Blackpool 2, and which you did a review on our Patreon as well. And then I don't know. I'm looking very forward to this Saturday show.
Well, actually, we should get into some news there because NXT UK has actually had a pretty great deal now.
Okay.
Because they're with BT Sports. For the first time since 2000, you're going to get WWE on terrestrial TV in the UK. So BT Sports struck a deal where Channel 5 are going to show highlights of Raw and SmackDown, like an abridged version, which is what everyone wants from a 3-hour Raw.
Sure.
Wait, I can see Raw in an hour? Sign me up.
Still too long.
But NXT UK is going to be on Channel 5 as well, I believe.
Okay.
So they're making some really good moves and moves that Sky Sports for years never made. So hopefully now NXT UK being a regular thing on like proper TV. I don't know what the times are and stuff, but so far this seems a better UK deal than AEW have. So
crazy.
This is pretty big stuff. So hopefully NXT UK can now pull their socks up a bit and put on some good TV.
Because like the talent is there. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
the talent's there. It's just been kind of in this like weird limbo state. So seeing all the kind of guys these past few weeks leading up to this kind of show has been cool, and it's been like kind of refreshing, and some faces that maybe attract you as a viewer that makes you pull in and go watch NXT UK more regularly. And I think that's what they're aiming to do. And I think 2020 will be a nice turnaround for NXT UK. I have hope, a new hope over across the pond. And we're going to start off with some NXT UK superstars because the Dusty Classic, the semifinal matches are here tonight. And out comes the grizzled young veterans, or as Kyle O'Reilly on his Twitter called them, the young grizzled veterinarians.
Yes.
Which I fucking love and I want to steal. The grizzled young vets. But every time I say that, I really mean the grizzled young veterinarians. Yeah. You think Zach Gibson knows how to like help a dog, like fix a dog, like if the dog is like it can be a veterinarian. The grizzled young vets are going up against the NXT Tag Team Champions, Undisputed Era. They come down, and Adam Cole and Roddy are with them, the whole unit here. And this match starts off with Zach Gibson. If you're not familiar with the grizzled young vets, they are Zach Gibson and James Drake. Which I love these guys.
Oh, they're fantastic.
And Gibson is fantastic on the microphone as well. Gibson and Kyle start the match. They go kind of technical, which is I was kind of happy to see because the styles here are really cool and match each other. Drake is in, but gets the dragon screw kind of between the ropes from Kyle O'Reilly. Tags Fish in. There's a Senton Atomico, Eddie Guerrero style on James Drake. Kyle is working the leg, but he somehow makes the tag to Gibson, and Full Sail got the memo, and they just boo. You're supposed to take your shoes off too, but I don't know if you want to do that in Florida.
Well, friend of the show, Mike Hogan, was actually there tonight, so I'm pretty sure he led that because he's seen Zach Gibson a load in the UK. Home. So
yeah, I love it because Nigel is like, oh, and the crowd goes wild. The cheers,
he's like, the cheers to the grizzled young.
I don't think those are cheers, Nigel.
But I also like that from Nigel. Obviously, he's the Brit on commentary. Yeah. For sure, he's gonna cheer these guys, and I mean, Undisputed are heels as well. So no, I quite enjoyed that. It was quite funny.
We don't praise Nigel for his improvements on commentary.
Oh, I think Nigel's fantastic.
Like he's gotten really even so much better. Yeah, I really like that bit here where he's making he made me laugh out loud.
We also had a line from Moro saying, "Grizzled young vets have more chemistry than Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and they are bad boys for life." Right.
Yeah. I have to see that too.
Apparently he's really good.
Yeah. And they're already signing on for a fourth one.
Fuck, really?
But now you can't call that one for life. They fucked up. Why would you call Bad Boys 3 Bad Boys for Life when the fourth one? What are they going to call the fourth one now? Bad Boys 3. But it's like it's in reverse now. So
Bad Boys Forever.
There you go. Like Batman Forever.
Great film.
Yeah, great. We'll review it one day. During the there's a drop kick from Fish off the apron kind of thing. During the break, there's a spin heel kick from James Drake. Looked awesome. There's a series of like backbreakers from the vets. Gibson does this like really cool back suplex drop toss thing. There's an exploder from Fish who fights back where he throws Drake into Gibson with the exploder. Looks really cool. There's a flying code breaker counter where Fish catches Zach Gibson into a knee bar, and then a really cool looking Samoan drop. There's the Helter Skelter from Zach Gibson. That's a Beatles song?
Yeah.
Right. Does he just? I think I've said this on this.
He just fucking loves Liverpool.
Fair.
Anyone from Liverpool just really love Liverpool.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, can't get enough.
He's
Beatles. I've got a friend from Liverpool, Luke.
Liverpool Luke.
I'm pretty sure you've chatted to him before. He's one of the drunks who just call me at 4 a.m.
Nice.
Like we do to WH.
Yeah.
He's got the Beatles like tattooed on his back. He's got a full like Beatles sleeve with Yellow Submarine and stuff. Yeah, he had his wedding at
Abbey Road. In the middle of the road.
No, what is it? The hotel, whatever it is. Right. Beatles hotel in Liverpool.
Right. Okay.
He quite likes them.
I like the Beatles too.
Who doesn't like the Beatles?
Yeah, like, you can say what you want, but they're lit.
Yeah.
They're lit. I think more wrestlers need to name things after songs, is what I'm getting.
Zack Sabre Jr. does it. Maybe it's a Zach thing.
Zach.
Yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. does it a lot.
Yeah. The Beatles.
Yeah.
That's just fantastic. So the Helter Skelter, there's now another chasing the dragon from the Undisputed Era. I almost called him Red Dragon because that's only a 2 count. There's crazy strikes going back and forth from all 4 guys. There's super kicks, there's forearms, there's roundhouse kicks. And just when you think this match is kind of go into the second gear, because it kind of felt like it was like building and building. And just when you think it might continue to do that, Imperium's music hits. And of course, in the world of wrestling, when your music hits, everyone gets distracted, disoriented. Undisputed Era look over. They're like, and they're like all perched up on the ramp.
They called it the perch. It's got a name now. It is the perch.
The NXT Full Sail perch.
Yeah,
is where
Regal's balcony.
It's like they were like Batman. All of a sudden, the light turns on, and they're like, dun. It's like the Jaws theme almost, because it's like the German. And he's like, they're just there, and it's like, whoa, Imperium is here, and of course, this distraction leads to Ticket to Mayhem, which is the assisted wheelbarrow into the Ticket to Ride. Another Beatles song.
Mm-hmm.
And the Grizzled Young Vets advance and win this match in the Dusty Classic, all from a distraction finish. So the right team won, in my opinion. I'm not mad about that.
This match never went anywhere.
Yeah.
And you could see it could. So it was a shame. And I think we called this happening last week. I think I said, look at the teams left in this. We know we're getting Imperium versus Undisputed. These are the teams going to win, and it's going to be distraction finishes. Kind of was a bit let down because I just thought it was very paint by numbers WWE booking. And
yeah, it was.
Can we, I don't know, if I was running a dojo, a training camp or whatever, I'd be having people wrestle matches and just play random music all the fucking time.
Yeah.
So it's like, don't, if music happens,
plays.
Just still, lay in your shit. Stop. Don't look at the balcony.
Yeah. The perch.
And especially when they say, they're up there. They're not doing shit.
Yeah. They're not even going to come get you.
Okay.
Yeah. It was weird.
It was just a bit lazy for me.
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like I didn't get the match is what I'm upset about.
Yeah. And we probably won't get it for a while. At least when this happens with regular NXT.
Yeah.
It's like, well, we'll get the proper match down the line. But these two are different brands, so unlikely to see it again.
Because it was going good.
Yeah.
It was going really good. All 4 of these guys are awesome, and I just kind of felt a little robbed here. So Imperium causes the Grizzled Young Vets to advance, and they're going to go to the finals. There's a video package for Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm. They will fight this Saturday at Worlds Collide for the NXT Women's Championship. So we've seen that if you watch NXT UK when it kind of started, Rhea Ripley and Toni Storm kind of feuded over the NXT UK Women's title. So now they're kind of revisiting that, leading into Worlds Collide. We'll get more into that. There's Shotzi Blackheart video here. Shotzi Blackheart, the newest NXT signee here for the women's division. And she says that she's got a devil may care attitude. She's got big cojones. And Shayna, Shayna, just wait. I'll bring my A game, and tonight I will beat her. So tonight, Shayna Baszler, Shotzi Blackheart going one-on-one. She was like welding or something in this video. So like I don't know why she's welding.
She's making another Viking hat thing.
She does wear a Viking hat.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like back in the WWF, Vince McMahon just went on this weird era where he was like, you know what would make good gimmicks? Like jobs.
Yeah.
Careers. So you're gonna be a garbage man. You're gonna be this, you're gonna be that. So it works so well in AEW with the dentist. So we thought, well, here in NXT, we need a welder. And we got one.
How would a podcaster gimmick go?
You come down with your your Zoom recorder trying to get people to interview. I don't know. No, a podcaster one wouldn't. Yeah, I don't know.
And a garbage man one?
Well, I'd say what would like a bartender or server, but we got Baron Corbin on the main roster, so that answers that one. So will Shotzi weld Shayna Baszler later tonight? I guess we'll find out. But our second match of the night, a dream match for me, really. This is as good as it gets for me in the world of women's wrestling. Toni Storm and Io Shirai.
You know we've seen this before, right?
Yes, yes, but like they're both in this match, David. I don't know if you're aware, but Io Shirai gets me high.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, never heard that before.
And Toni Storm, she's not a norm. I don't know. Don't have that one on. She's Toni Storm. She's got the form.
Norm.
So I'm gonna get in trouble for that one. Toni Storm's got the form. So Toni Storm, Io Shirai. I'm a little confused at why this is happening because Toni Storm has a title shot this Saturday.
Yeah.
Io Shirai does not. She almost won the match where Bianca beat her, eliminated her, which was kind of awesome in a weird way. Seeing Io lose makes me want to fight for Io even more now. They go back and forth in the beginning of this match.
Why does Toni Storm have this title opportunity anyway? Just because she said she wanted it and she's beaten her before?
I want it. I see it. I like it. I got it.
Is Kaylee Ray even involved?
Kaylee Ray versus Mia Yim is on the pre-show.
Okay.
Your NXT UK champion is in the pre-show with Mia Yim.
Right.
So
is that for the title?
I'm not sure. It should be.
It should be like if this one's for the title.
Yeah, it should be. So they start off, they go back and forth because they do know each other. In fact, there's like a sort of a handshake attempt, but it's blown off by Io Shirai. Shirai shows off and does a bunch of her cartwheel backflips. In a reference I never thought Mauro Ranallo would make is the FKA Twigs reference. Good music, look her up. There's a big boot by Toni. Io just drops out of the ring. There's a single leg drop kick kind of on the apron from Io. There's like they come back from commercial break and Toni hits a German suplex, 2 counts. Io fights back. There's the palm strike style uppercut thing and a huge clothesline, 2 count only. The tiger feint kick is countered and she gets dumped outside of the ring. And Bianca Belair attacks Toni Storm, spears her, beats her down, and then hits the forearm to Io Shirai, and then like a double chicken wing face first buster on Toni Storm. So yet another like kind of distraction, a non-finish here.
This match should have been swapped around with the Shayna Shotzi one because it's the same finish again. Like it's interference, and I didn't like this match. I thought it seemed like they were moving in slow motion, both of them, for two that apparently know each other quite well.
Sure.
I didn't think it showed here.
This match reminded me of the first match.
I thought their match at Evolution was better, but lacked time there.
Sure.
And obviously that one had stakes, so it meant a bit more. Yeah, I kind of thought this one was a little sloppy.
I wish it didn't have this finish. This makes Toni Storm.
Well, it
just because Bianca
again,
Belair.
when you've just seen the distraction finish in the last one.
Let's do a catch up. Bianca Belair wins a battle royal, beats all the women to earn the title shot at Takeover Portland, which is like in a few weeks. But Toni Storm randomly has a title shot this Saturday, but Bianca interferes in this match and beats up Toni Storm. And then that's not over because Rhea Ripley comes down to the ring. She tries to beat up Bianca Belair. There's fighting. Bianca Belair, as Rhea Ripley makes her way down to the ring, takes her hoops out. Now, I don't know if you're familiar, but if you see a woman taking her hoops out in public,
go to blows.
Shit's going to hit the fan. So hoops out from Bianca. But they start to brawl. As they're doing that, Io Shirai hits a springboard drop kick, sending Rhea to the outside. Then Toni Storm hits a suicide dive onto all of them and kind of poses off with the title, which I was like, this is backwards.
And Full Sail were booing Toni as she held up the title at the end.
Because this is so backwards. You just had Toni get beat up, and then all of a sudden, somehow, like, cowardly gets the title. It gets the upper hand at the end. Yeah. I didn't like it.
It's the murkiness of promoting two shows at the same time.
It's tough.
Toni Storm doesn't really do it for me. I didn't think the match was very good. As you said, the booking wise, it's just a bit confusing.
It's very confusing. It doesn't make me want to watch Toni Storm and Rhea Ripley at all. It makes me want to see a 4-way.
I've seen it. Like,
should they change it to a 4-way match instead? Because where's the Io Shirai leave in this situation?
Well, I think if that were to happen, we'd have Regal come out on the perch to announce it. And I think the thing with that is you've then got 3 NXT regular people against 1 NXT UK, which isn't what they want to do for the gimmick. Yeah, I'm pretty uninterested in this feud and this match on Saturday.
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird. No one's believing that Toni Storm's winning.
No.
So, and she's not. It would be very shocking if she beat Rhea Ripley, and I don't see it happening. I just need to see this go on the right path to see Io Shirai win the title.
That's what I need. That's where they should go. Yeah. And Io maybe for, not Portland, Tampa.
Yeah, definitely. Io in the spot there for the title shot and probably should win it. That might make me get a flight out. I gotta see Io do her thing. We have a next match coming up here. It's Finn Baszler. He's going on a match. He has a match this Sunday against Dragunov at Worlds Collide. So that's going to be a bit of a banger. The Irishman versus the Russian, I believe, is kind of what. Isn't he Russian?
Oh,
Dragunov?
Isn't he Serbian or something? I
can't remember. Okay.
Correct.
I know his eyes are very scary.
Oh, crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited for that match. Finn Baszler and Dragunov.
Yeah, he's Russian.
Right. Yeah. I'm super excited for that.
We did have a interview, Kathy Kelly interviewing Undisputed Era.
Oh, right.
Who was saying, if it wasn't for Imperium, we could be 2-time Dusty Cup winners. We made a statement in the UK. That wasn't a statement made by Imperium. Stop saying it's a statement. Now we need to focus on the North American title because right now we're draped in gold and we need to make sure it stays that way.
Right. The prophecy.
So solid promo from Adam Cole, as always.
I need to hear more Roddy on the mic.
Yeah. And we also had the Ilya Dragunov promo going into the Finn Balor match where he's saying, Finn Balor has said a lot of things about me and all of it is right. I will throw 1,000 strikes and it will feel like your world is crashing down. I will show at Worlds Collide that I am invincible. I will not miss.
Damn.
Pretty cool video package of him and this similar to the one Balor's been doing. And his eyes are crazy.
He said, if you come at Finn, don't miss.
Yeah.
So Finn Balor is having a match against Joaquin Wild
Rice.
Well, Joaquin Wild Rice. That's the future recipe here. Yeah, what would it be though? Something.
It's a shark fin stew with
wild rice. Not doing the shark fin stew. We're gonna get in trouble. People are gonna be mad. Finn Balor, Joaquin Wild, formerly known as DJZ, with his xenomorph mask here, his dead mouse marshmallow wannabe mask, the DJ. Finn Balor wants none of this shit. Finn Balor looks like he does listen to EDM, but he does not in this case. He stomps the shit out of him, and stomps.
Oh, sorry, just saying about like the entrance and stuff. I just remembered something about Rhea Ripley. When she came down in the last segment, she did her fucking pose. Like she did her entrance. Like if you're running down to kind of help someone,
sure,
don't stand at the top and do your fucking pose first. I don't know. It just looks so lame. Sorry, carry on. But yeah, it just bothered me because she's got this thing where she like will stomp and then the music changes and her Titantron does. But like meanwhile, they're still fucking each other up in the ring.
No, maybe she just it shows that she's like, I don't care about Toni Storm.
And why the fuck does she come out then?
Yeah, I guess.
Idiot.
Yeah, strange. Well, Finn Balor is back to this match. Finn Balor is beating this guy up, just stomping him out, stomping a mud hole and walking him dry. I was expecting one Irishman who may or may not have watched another Irishman this past weekend. And Finn Balor I was expecting Finn Balor to hit some shoulder shots.
Yeah.
In this, I thought this match was going to be over in 40 seconds, even though you paid for the pay-per-view.
It pretty much was.
It pretty much was. Yeah, it was. The proper 12 we had last night. the proper 12 whiskey.
Oh yeah, it wasn't very good.
It's not the worst whiskey I've ever had, but it's definitely not the high end. But I'll drink it. There's a huge drop kick from Finn Balor, kind of like AJ Styles' height here. He like very similar. Then hits the what Morrow calls the John Woo drop kick, the shotgun drop kick, sending this dude into the corner, and then hits like this kind of not just a coup de grace, the flying double stomp. This is a flying double stomp. I feel like he flew across the ring and hits this thing, and pins him just like that. Maybe not 40 seconds, but this is a good week for the Lucky Irish. They're winning matches fast here in the world of combat sports. So Finn Balor then picks up Joaquin Wilde and hits a deadly looking 1916, like the brainbuster thing. And right before he does, classic Prince Devitt style, but says to the camera, "If you come at Finn, you better not miss." And then hits it and pins him just like that. So
yeah, I like that heel Balor is using the 1916 because obviously he could have finished the match with just the coup de grace.
Yeah.
But picked him up and he's being a dick and he's gonna put him in the fucking ground.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going.
Similar to like what's the Boondock Saints? The Finn Balor should come out because Finn Balor's like trying to be like the rock and roller again. He should come out and when he hits you with the 1916, he lays you out and then he puts 2 pennies over your eyes.
Oh yeah.
And then says the Irish prayer in the movie. It's lit. So yeah, you know what? Finn Balor versus Dragunov is going to be a lot of fun. I think it'll be a little banger of a match. I'm kind of looking forward to it. Didn't expect them to announce that, but it's a good look. I like it. Shayna Baszler is backstage with Kathy Kelly. She's upset at Shotzi Blackheart. She says Shotzi actually thinks she has a shot at beating me. Then she's stupid. Her career will be over before it even started. And the Nightmare, Rhea Ripley, I'm going to come back. She says, I'm not going anywhere. Shayna Baszler is here to stay. I'm not going anywhere. And I will go through every girl in the locker room. And I will be soon to be Shayna 3-time.
I have a theory.
Okay.
Like this, and this is just me shooting here.
Shoot from the hip, partner.
I think Shayna was gonna go up and win the Rumble, and I think they were gonna rest her from TV and stuff. I reckon they've got Rousey for WrestleMania.
Yeah,
and I think she's winning the Rumble.
Yeah, I think Ronda Rousey should be in that spot. A singles one-on-one.
Didn't she leave to get pregnant like a year ago? Well, pretty much 9 months ago.
Yeah,
she ain't pregnant, is she?
No, I don't know. I don't know this answer.
I know. I feel because I kind of feel they do need someone big for Mania this year, and that feud is not over the Becky.
No, not
one.
by a long shot. The singles match has to happen.
I could see that being a big surprise.
2 years in a row where the women main event WrestleMania and Becky versus Ronda 1-on-1. That's a match.
That's the match that should have been last year.
Yeah, it should have been last year.
But yeah, so I think maybe until the Ronda stuff's done, maybe just keep Shayna here for a bit longer. I know you don't.
I
don't know, and that's just pure speculation. Like I have no evidence or anything. It's just her saying I'm not going anywhere. It felt weird last week when she came back because I think everyone was done with her.
We ain't going nowhere. There's a video for DIY. We scratched, we clawed, we did it ourselves. DIY. They're really pushing DIY. They have a new shirt. DIY shirt.
I know, I want it.
Yeah.
Mike tried to get me one at Full Sail, but they were gone.
They're sold out at Full Sail. There's not a lot there.
I ain't paying that WWE shop shipping
to Canada.
Yeah.
People want to send us stuff to Canada. It's tough. So I'm excited for DIY versus Mustache Mountain. There's a video package for them as well. So this Saturday this is the money match for me, in my opinion. It is DIY versus Mustache Mountain.
Oh yeah, this should be fantastic.
Yeah, this is going to steal the show. This could be a match of the year contender. Calling it now. Dream kind of style match.
It makes me interested for Saturday, and to be honest, not a lot does.
Yeah. This is the match.
This match does.
This is the match. I'm like, yeah, we're watching this. We're doing this. We got to watch it. Shayna Baszler versus Shotzi Blackheart. Shotzi comes down to the ring with her green hair. I'm in love with green hair. and her Viking style helmet. And Beth says that she's a ninja cat.
Sure.
Now, have you ever heard of the Ninja Pizza Cat? Pizza Ninja Cats?
No.
Ninja Pizza Cats? Something like that. It's a TV show. You would love it.
Pizza Ninja Cat?
I'm pretty sure it's Ninja Pizza Cat.
Ninja Pizza Cat.
Ninja Pizza Cat. Someone somewhere knows what I'm
I
talking
love
about.
pizza. I love cats, and I'm a ninja. So
You're a ninja? Yeah,
I'm a
well,
ninja.
cats are kind of ninjas. So I don't know why Shotzi calls herself that, but and then they have a bunch of names for Shayna, like the surgical precision of Shayna Baszler, the magician submission. So many different
Samurai Pizza Cats.
Samurai Pizza Cats. That's what it is. Yeah,
Wow.
It looks lit, doesn't it?
Fantastic.
That's great. There's you learned something today from this podcast.
Yeah.
Is you should be looking up Samurai Pizza. They're no street sharks. They're no turtles, but they'll do. They'll do. They go back and forth. Shotzi and Shayna. Shayna completely working on Shotzi, doing her classic grappling and technical kind of working the body parts. They go kind of grapple for grapple. There's kind of some spots where they missed a lot of stuff here. You said that you kind of thought one of the matches tonight was sloppy. I think it was this one.
This one definitely was. I feel like I've seen Shotzi a bunch from watching the Evolve shows.
Yeah,
she's fantastic and has some really cool sort of different looking moves.
Innovative.
And she's very high energy. Not just like her personality is kind of high energy, and you can't not like her. She's a pure baby face, and like a good baby face. I feel maybe the kind of excitement and nerves of being
on
NXT TV, because obviously we saw her in a taping, and we saw her in the Battle Royal where you can kind of hide and just do your spot. I think here against one of the top women in the company on TV, I think maybe a bit of nerves and excitement got to her because she like fumbled a lot of her cool stuff, which I've seen her do kind of.
Yeah,
fine
it was there was a little
there is a kind of chaos to her style though. Like thinking back to that like tope she did onto all the chairs. Like a lot of her stuff isn't like pretty,
sure,
but it looks cool. But yeah, I think just got the better of her a bit tonight.
She actually looks like they slip up at one point, and she looks like she actually does get punched in the mouth, like inadvertently here, shoot punch. But she's okay. She like does this like inverted reverse sling blade into like a bulldog kind of move. It was okay. Then there's a cannonball into the ropes. There's a sliced bread number 2 off the apron, off the ring post onto the apron by Shotzi on Shayna. She goes up top for a send-on, but Shayna rolls out of the way quickly, making Shotzi just no water in the pool there, lands on the mat, and is instantly put into the Karafuda clutch. And she's got this move locked in, and Shotzi's trying everything. And Shotzi has nothing else to do but tap out. And Shayna Baszler does not let go of the hold after the bell is ringing. She keeps it on for a good little while here. Shotzi is out cold. Shayna gets up, and she's just like smiling, but Shotzi was like turning purple here. Good look.
Yeah, like she held on for a while before she tapped as well, which is I feel giving her something. I think she's a hot prospect going forward. Definitely. And they didn't want her to just do the squash tap out right away. They wanted the crowd to really be behind her.
Yeah, and they were.
And I think they will be. I can see big things for her going
Yeah,
forward.
I think so too. She's got a really cool look. I think you're right. But something I didn't like is in wrestling, if you have a submission hold, especially a choke type move, and you win the match with it, but you don't let go for like 10 plus seconds, the ref should reverse the decision.
Right.
Isn't that a thing in wrestling?
It's happened before.
Yeah.
It's one of those rules they pick and choose when they want to do it.
They should have used it here because you would have got the heat on Shayna. That
would have happened definitely in NXT 2012.
God. Yeah.
How many DQs have we seen where they've just stomped for a bit too long in the corner, or the illegal man comes in the ring for like 5 seconds too long and it's like DQ, and we're like, what?
Going back
since when have you been calling DQs for that? Like, I know it's the rules, but it's rules that the refs never really give a shit about. But NXT 2012, they cared about that stuff.
Well, I mean, WWE 2019, you had Hell in a Cell matches ending in DQs. So anything is this wild card rule in the world of wrestling.
It's a referee stoppage.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You can't see, but I'm doing the hand signal for wanker. So Shayna Baszler is still here in NXT. What will come of this, we'll have to see. there's an announcement next week. Is a match, a grudge match. I thought they would add this to a future takeover that's happening, but I guess not. Next week, the grudge, the blood feud between Tegan Nox and Dakota Kai will come full circle as they go head one-on-one. So Tegan versus Dakota.
Yeah, I was surprised this isn't a takeover.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like Tegan Nox hasn't really done much at NXT yet to kind of deserve a takeover spot when you've only got the five takeovers a year and 5 spots on it. I kind of feel that might be why, because they're like coveted spots, aren't they? And what's she really done there so far?
I think these two.
I love the story.
Yeah, I really love the story. So I think next week these two will prove that they do.
I hope so.
Belong here. Yeah, I think they'll have a really good match. The story tells itself. It's really good. Yeah, I love the Dakota Kai heel turn. She's just so badass. She's just so mean. So mean. Someone else who's not really mean, but he's just so smooth. The cruiserweight champion. Angel Garza.
Now, was this Angel Garza or was this Tony Stark? Like, he looked really like Tony Stark here.
Latino Tony
with
Stark.
The goatee and his collar open and the suit jacket.
He did it. He says, "I'm so smooth, man." He says, "There's no pressure." He's got a cruiserweight title defense at Worlds Collide, a fatal 4-way match between him, Isaiah Swerve Scott, and 2 members of the NXT UK brand, and spoilers, non-spoilers, it's kind of online who it is, and it looks to be Jordan Devlin, and is it Ligero or Travis Banks? Travis Banks. So this match sounds awesome. Another match that's added to this chart. It sounds great. So the interviewer here asking Garza, are you nervous? It's a fatal 4-way. Like, you've 3 more different. You're gonna lose. He says, no. There's no pressure. I will beat whoever. And Swerve, he says, this is his house. I'm the champion. It's my house, and I will prove it. And he says, Essa my casa.
This is my house?
This is my house. Welcome to my house. Yeah. So Garza with the fatal 4-way match. I think I see him retaining, but it'd be cool.
I think it'll be a cracking match.
Yeah. Some crazy spots.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Jordan Devlin.
He's someone I can see being in the Rumble, actually.
Garza?
Doing the pants spot in the Rumble.
Yeah. Sure.
Maybe not this year. I mean, he's champion as well, and they've put champions in the Rumble before, like NXT and 205 and stuff.
Right.
I think he could have quite a fun spot. Kiss a woman in the front row and rip his pants off.
It's a lawsuit.
That's a lawsuit right there.
What are you watching tonight there? I'm watching the Royal Rumble, and then your family member walks in, and that's what they see is this guy kissing someone and then taking their pants off. Yeah. Right. Good shit. We have the Dusty semifinals, the Dusty Classic. It all comes down to this: the hottest new tag team in the world of pro wrestling. Matt Riddle, Pete Dunne, the Broserweights. They come down to the ring. Pete Dunne comes out first, and I was sad because I wanted to see him walk to the ring with Matt Riddle's music, and then Matt Riddle's music hits, and then they do the walk.
And Matt Riddle kind of looked like a friend of yours. Yeah.
A former friend of mine.
A former friend of yours.
Yeah.
You used to be at the BDE quite a lot.
With the hairstyle.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you're
facially as well.
No, don't say that.
Yeah.
No. She did like to wear hats.
Yeah.
And she was a fan of the Mary Jane.
I remember there was one night. I'm going to sound awful here.
Please stop.
But you were like saying about, this girl, she looks like Toni Storm. And I was like, more like Matt Riddle.
Yeah.
Matt Riddle's a pretty man, though. He's got feminine features, like cheekbones and his nose. Like,
I think he's very manly looking. What do you mean?
No, facially, he's baby face and...
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's a man. Okay, bro. His hair was braided.
Yeah.
Braided. Yeah.
Do you think I could pull that off? You're picturing me doing the podcast with Matt Riddle braids.
Wow. Yeah, you could pull it off.
He did it more like Monica from Friends once, didn't he? This was more like sort of plaited pigtails.
Yeah. They came undone by the end of the match.
Yeah. Half did.
Yeah, he did do it like Monica from Friends once, didn't he?
Yeah, I think was that a takeover?
Was that Velveteen Dream?
Yeah, he's done it as well.
Yeah, the Rick James style is what it really is, the Monica from Friends. So the Broserweights are going against Imperium. Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner, two of my favorites to watch from NXT UK. There's a series of arm drags from Imperium. Pete does his backflips. He backflips Matt Riddle, who hits the flipping senton onto Eichner. He then hits gut wrenches on everyone, and Bartel gets pissed off like everyone's getting hit with gut wrenches that he hits the double throat chops, the double into the throat. Underrated move in wrestling. Dunne is in. There's German suplex counters again. There's roundhouses and there's finger stomps. Of course, obviously. Then hits this amazing looking like crucifix bomb for a 2 count only. Dunne is now fucking them both up. He hits a moonsault off the apron to the outside. And then here comes an interesting moment. Pete Dunne is on the outside, and Walter comes down and stares down Pete Dunne, kind of revisiting there just with a simple look of their history, how Walter was the guy to beat Pete Dunne for the title that he still owns now. So that's something I'm like, oh, maybe we should revisit that again sometime down the line, Pete Dunne and Walter. But this was not a music distraction, so therefore the match continues and nothing ends here. So thank God for that. So Walter's there. They come back from commercial break. We have Bartel hitting like a great hatch style suplex. Pete tries to fight back, but he goes for like his moonsault in the corner where he runs up the ropes and backflips
the
over
Daniel
you.
Bryan spot.
Yeah, but he fucks up. He botches here. But the veteran style here, not veterinarian, the veteran kind of shows here. Pete Dunne turns it into a spot and then sells his leg that he slipped and sells that he slipped. And then they work the leg and he starts selling it for the rest of the match. So really hats off to that because it just looks so cool. It looked like that was what was supposed to happen. It looked so cool. There's the tag to Matt Riddle. He's hitting Superman punches, Pele kicks, running sentons. Running. He's flying all over the place. The lift up, deadlift kind of style, fisherman buster. They're hitting now like double finger stomps, but this pisses Imperium off, who fight back. There's like a wheelbarrow flying DDT double team. So Marcel Bartel has a guy in the wheelbarrow, and then Fabian Eichner jumps off the top rope to DDT the guy who's already in the wheelbarrow. What a crazy looking move, but it's only a 2 count. That was just nasty. It looked awesome. There's ankle locks and arm bars from Riddle and Pete Dunne kind of in stereo on both opponents. It's chaos. The crowd is going crazy here at Full Sail. Matt Riddle hits a jackhammer, but it's only a 2 count. Then there's this like spot where he catches he counters something. Bartel throws one guy into.
It's the assisted brainbuster, right?
Yeah, it's insane.
It looks ridiculous.
How do you do this? You throwing a human being to another human being who catches you in this position to hit a brainbuster.
Was this to?
I think it was on Riddle.
Who's big?
Yeah, very impressive.
Yeah.
Eichner is a beast. Don't understand how a guy can do that.
But just to be able to throw, because there's nothing. Being in that position, there's not much you can do to help as the guy receiving the move. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe your hand on his shoulder, but even still,
you're still being thrown.
Yeah,
it looks great.
Somehow Riddle kicks out of this brainbuster and gets back up. I think it's Eichner who goes off the top rope, and it's countered like this snap German from like midair, just nasty looking, just crazy. Which then Riddle hits his patented flash knee. The power bomb float over into another final flash knee. They then hit this crazy looking thing. Riddle picks the guy up on his shoulders for a fireman carry into the bro to sleep, but at the same time, simultaneously, Pete Dunne hits an enziguri to the guy's face while getting the bro to sleep. And that's all she wrote. The Broserweights advance in the Dusty Classic. Awesome match. This was so much fun to watch.
was pretty down on the show until this match, and this match really woke me up. It was what I expected. I think Riddle and Dunne, I like both as singles stars, and when I heard they were together, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Last week proved that they're a tag team. Like, they've got really cool moves.
They even had matching gear here.
Exactly. And they're this week again. And I just think Marcel Bartel and Fabian Eichner are fantastic as a team.
Definitely.
Yeah, the match really delivered for me. I kind of want to see the Broserweight stay together for a while, because I don't think there's any direction for them right now in singles. really. So I think you could have these two together for a while, and when you break them, that's an awesome match you're going to have there.
Definitely. Oh, this has made Pete Dunne so much more interesting.
Dunne needs to be a heel again.
Yeah,
well.
I think so.
Like, remember that first UK tournament? He's such a good heel.
Yeah.
And I think that's where, for me, he's got stale because he's kind of got the same gimmick,
Smug.
but as a face, and you're just like, eh. But I think if you down the line in like 6 months' time, you have Dunne turn on Riddle,
sure,
that's a great feud there. Or even the other way around is kind of interesting.
Both ways interest me.
Yeah,
I think this is he's so fresh here. It just instantly made both of these guys.
And the tag division needed
a team,
new guys. I can see these guys winning the whole tournament. I can see them beating Undisputed.
Yeah,
I think the prophecy is going to be falling apart over the next couple of months.
Yeah,
and I think they could have a pretty good tag reign.
Yeah, I love this match. I think this was my match of the night, to be honest. Yeah, this was so much fun. Yeah, Fabian Eichner, Marcel Bartel, and
Marcel Martel.
Yeah, can't believe it's not Marcel Bartel. This was so much fun, and I want to see more of the Broserweights, just like you said. I think they should remain tag team because it instantly makes them hot again.
Yeah,
there's a new hot tag team, and it's these two that were singles, and now they're together.
Like Riddle's always had these fun singles matches, but they've never really gone anywhere. I think the Dream feud was probably the biggest one he's had.
Yeah,
and Dunne's just been so stale for me for the last
year.
And
they weren't here tonight. They were on fire.
I think this is fantastic.
Well, after the match, they walk up the ramp, and the Dusty Trophy is there. Looks a lot bigger. And here comes Zach Gibson and James Drake, the grizzled young vets. Gibson has a microphone. He says, "Oh, well, look what we have here. It's a little bit of joint manipulation."
Ooh.
He says, "Yeah, you Full Sail neckbeards actually believe that you're the best thing from NXT UK, Pete Dunne. You're selfish, Pete Dunne. You left to try to, be something different be something better, but you haven't." And he hands the mic over to James Drake, but Matt Riddle steals it from him, says, no.
I feel that's kind of the thing. James Drake doesn't really talk.
Yeah.
I love how he mouths along with whatever Zach Gibson says. It's pretty funny.
Riddle takes the microphone. "Bro, I don't know what you just said." And everyone laughs. He goes, "All I heard you say, bro, was manipulating a joint. And after that, I started daydreaming about something else." And then the crowd starts to chant, "Riddle's gonna smoke you." Weird, because in Florida, they still have some strict laws down there about that Broserweight lettuce. He says next week is the finals, and we're going to see who the better team is. So next week is the finals. Is kind of what I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, I was sure this was going to be on Worlds Collide.
Guess not.
I think that's odd. I think this kind of deserves to be on a bigger stage.
Pete Dunne says, next week we're going to show you, when you get in the ring with Pete Dunne, you automatically lose. And next week you lose. So that's next week.
What did you think of Dunne on the mic here as well?
He's Pete Dunne on the mic.
He was better here. He's still not great, but it was an improvement. I think Riddle is really good for him and could maybe draw some more personality out. I think
this showed here that Riddle can be good on the mic as well. I feel like Riddle's just a big troll.
But it works here because of the guys he's against. Like Gibson and Drake are just your shits who are just mouthy and heels. So it works in being like being the fun-loving,
he's the stoner.
Being the stoner.
I
don't think it works in a main event singles blood feud.
Right.
Kind of thing.
Well, certain wrestlers act differently when they're in a tag team.
Right? Sure.
And that's
I think this works fine. It's just I have concerns when it comes to like main events, which he should be in, where he's going to be. When's he going to tap into that serious?
Okay, I'm not saying he's winning the Rumble, but Matt Riddle stare down with Brock Lesnar or Goldberg in the Royal Rumble.
Riddle Goldberg has to happen at some point. And like the door's going to close soon.
They should do it this summer.
I think it's going to happen this year.
And Riddle wins. I'm sorry, but Riddle wins.
What?
Riddle beats.
What?
You claim that
Matt Riddle's going to beat the greatest wrestler ever in the WWE.
There it is.
Get out.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He doesn't even have to show up to the match. Goldberg will knock himself out before the match even starts. It's fine. It's cool.
Bless.
Yeah.
Bless him. Bless our Bill. Tops off for Goldberg.
I need a rematch, actually. Dream rematch. Taker, Goldberg 2.
Oh, yeah, me too. Yeah. I'm hoping that's for Tampa.
You're probably seeing it.
Another hot climate. Get all concussed and sweaty out there and just see what happens.
What about these deep, dark rumors about someone else wrestling in Tampa? WrestleMania.
Who?
The real American.
Oh, fuck.
Hulk Hogan.
Get out.
You think he's going to wrestle?
No, I don't. But if he does, that's when I'm going to get my beer and food and maybe have a poo.
So you think of that guy. Yeah, definitely. Seeing him last year come out at WrestleMania in person, I was like, wow, I got to see Hulk Hogan like come out. It's so bittersweet for me. I was like, I don't like this.
Piers and I were the only guys sat down in our section.
I think I was sitting down too.
It was great at WrestleMania 30 when he came out. That was cool. But
you know when he was lit in WrestleMania 6.
Was he though?
Yeah. Fair. So we go to our main event of the evening. Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong for the NXT North American Championship. He comes down to the ring. Roddy comes down with Undisputed Era by his side because they're scared. The prophecy can't follow. All it takes is one little thread.
Not the prophecy.
You were the chosen one. All it takes is a little thread to unravel this whole thing. And Roderick Strong is a big piece of the pie here. Keith Lee starts off by hitting a series of forearms. They do the classic Keith Lee drop down, jump up, leapfrog into the cross body by Lee. I'm impressed every time he does this. It's just so cool. It looks awesome. Roddy then starts to work the foot of Keith, stomping on it, slamming him against the steel steps, stomping it on the steel steps, then locks in the ankle lock. Kurt Angle's favorite here. Keeps doing the ankle lock, keeps fighting into, not letting go of it, does his drive-by forearms. Keith Lee catches Roddy and then hits it kind of looked like Cobb's Tour of the Islands, kind of like a power slam, but only a 2 count. And then Keith Lee hits this huge, Roddy's running at him. He throws him in the air and hits a one-handed spine buster.
It looked effortless. It looked like Roddy
did limitless.
It looked like Roddy didn't weigh anything. He just went flying up in the air and just easy.
Woo!
I don't think any muscles even like tense to do it.
He literally flew up in the air and gets
it looked beautiful.
A one-handed spine buster, just crazy. Only a 2 count because Cole is now distracting the referee, which allows Bobby Fish to kick the ankle of Lee, which then Roddy hits a DDT, but only a 2 count. Lee goes up to the top rope and Roddy goes up to chase him, and Roddy hits this like kind of top rope angle slam, Olympic slam, but it's only like a 1 count. Lee sits up with him and he's like, no. And he throws Roddy to the outside. He kind of hits a pounce to Roddy, but it kind of was like a slip up. So Roddy just lands on Kyle and Bobby, and Adam Cole just like backs off because he kind of was there to sell it, but he didn't get hit. So he's like, we're cool. Back in the ring, a huge clothesline on Roddy, but he kicks out at 2. He goes for the Doomsault, but Roderick Strong moves out of the way. Lee, no water in the pool, which then allows Strong to lock in this ankle lock yet again. He's grapevining it like Angle would do, and he just holds on to you, squeezing the whole leg, but it's not working. Roddy then gets him up, hits the sick kick, but it's only a 2 count. We see Undisputed Era try to get involved here, but Keith Lee ain't having none of that shit. He gets Roddy up on his shoulders and then hits the jackhammer. Speaking of Goldberg, and just like that,
the fireman's carry jackhammer.
Right, the fireman's carry into the jackhammer. Awesome looking move. So awesome, in fact, that because of this move, Keith Lee is your new NXT North American champion. Keith Lee ending the prophecy. Roderick Strong losing the North American Championship here. Oh my goodness. After the match, Imperium is there. There's a giant brawl from all the guys, and there's a spot that I'm sure you've already seen the GIF, whatever you want to call it, of Walter chopping Adam Cole so hard that he backflips onto his fucking neck.
For me, Walter had something to prove because I think his chops have been kind of soft.
Yeah, they recently have.
I think at Survivor Series, Drew out-chopped him.
He did.
And now it's actually part of Drew's arsenal now, the chops. Watching the Evolve shows, JD Drake's chops are fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
So Walter, I'm like, thought you were the chop king, the king of the chops. He's like, he heard me and was like, no, all right, Adam Cole.
Slaps him.
Bam.
He flips. We shouted. We screamed at our TV.
Awesome.
I love how Adam Cole's just the gift guy. He just keeps getting beat up. He's the Johnny Knoxville of NXT. Just takes all the bumps, all the cool looking bumps, and he gets to take it. It probably hurts. But he landed like on his head.
Well,
man.
he's doing the Rock, really, isn't he? The way he sells, it's very over the top, but it's so enjoyable.
I'll tell you, Adam Cole is just fantastic. You just sometimes overlook how good Adam Cole is. But this ends now with security pulling both teams apart, and we go off the air. So Keith Lee versus Roderick Strong. What did you think about that match? First of all, it wasn't what I expected.
It was fine. Like it's weird now because everyone's so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like you expect so much. And they delivered. Like, it was technically a fine match. Just, I don't know, didn't really, again, get to that other gear for me.
I agree.
And I also felt with the brawl, I know you've got Imperium versus Undisputed on Saturday. But with the brawl right after it automatically makes Roddy losing the title seem like an afterthought.
He got up and like it was nothing.
It's like,
to fight.
He should be dejected. Like, I thought it would be more interesting. The other boys are fighting Imperium, and Roddy is sat by the barricade on the outside. Shook, yeah, being pissed off he just lost. And again, so similarly, it takes the shine away from Lee. Like, you already forget he's won. Match was fine.
It wasn't anything I'll be remembering by the end of the year.
No, me neither.
This wasn't a real hit for me. I think it was just a way to get Keith Lee over as champ.
Now I kind of see Roddy maybe taking the fall on Saturday.
Okay.
And this starting to be a thing. They kind of did that story last year with Roddy being the weak link.
Remember they were gonna kick Roddy
and then
out.
He murdered someone.
And he got the bloody flip flop and and they're like, look, I almost murdered a guy in the parking lot to help save this group.
Do you see this match happening again at Portland? Because we normally have the North American title defended at TakeOver.
Sure.
Do you think you go to this match and then maybe have Lee Dijakovic the final match at Tampa?
Final. Yes. Lee versus Dijakovic at TakeOver Tampa for the title, and that can be where Dijakovic kind of gets something, and then Lee shows up on Raw because he's already getting out. He's gonna be gone. Come on, don't even kid yourself. Keith Lee, Vince McMahon's already seen him.
Yeah,
it's too late. We've lost him.
What do you think of tonight's show?
Tonight's show was okay. It's weird because that tag team match that I mentioned, I really loved, and it saved the show for me. Because before that, I was kind of just felt like I was just here watching the show. It was all right. It was cool. It felt like it was a lull show to get me to this Saturday. And
it did, but it didn't feel like a go home show.
No,
I feel it was a mistake not having the cruiserweight match not being finalized. The Cruisermates. Oh, that's a good tag team name.
Yeah,
the Cruisermates. I feel that should have maybe happened on last week's UK TV. So we know. I know we've read the spoilers, but we know.
I don't read ahead.
We know on TV what that match is. I don't know, just a lot. Like I'm going, what's the card again? It didn't feel like a go home show to me.
It makes this Saturday seem like there's not a lot of stage
really
kind of thing.
Considering DIY. So Mustache Mountain were there tonight. They were in the dark match against Kona Reeves and some guy.
What?
Why was there
match?
Why was there not a DIY Mustache Mountain stare down?
Yeah.
Or something.
It's just like this is booked like it's an indie show. There's a match and it's going to be the best match on the show, but there's no real story behind it.
Like you should have had more than just a video package there of DIY. You could have probably done without. I could have done without Whacking Wild. Finn Balor.
Sure.
Like I think a video package, if you're not going to get Ilya over for this show, do a DIY Mustache Mountain thing there. I don't know. It seemed weird.
Mustache Mountain, you were the best tag team in the UK. Well, we were over here being the best tag team.
And do something America. Like, and hiding behind you. You call us out on video. Why aren't you here? And then they come out and they are there face to face. I don't know. It was a show of two halves. Second half was definitely better. That tag match was awesome. I loved it. Yep. You saw a title change, so that's pretty big. But
I'm happy for Keith Lee. Don't get me wrong. It was the match I thought was not as.
It was just a bit meh for me. Shall we do predictions?
Sure. Let's run down this Saturday before we go into feedback for tonight's show, or maybe let's go into feedback
first. Sure.
Yeah. Every Wednesday night we post on the Post Wrestling Forum, forum.postwrestling.com, and you can write in some feedback that we'll read on the show. Do you want to go first?
Sure. So I put up a poll. A few of you have been bugging me because I know John and Wade do a poll for Raw and SmackDown, and we are the third brand now. We're not developmental. So I did put up a poll, and
I just voted.
You just voted. Tonight's show scored out of 10 a rating of 8.11.
Wow, that's higher than I would give.
Well, it's way higher than Raw and SmackDown ever get on their shows. Let's go to Eva from London.
Oh no, the Shayna
superfan. Random Baszler fact. Moxanne Modafferi, who defeated Macy Barber on the UFC pay-per-view last Saturday.
Roxanne. You said Moxanne.
Did I? Okay.
John Moxanne.
So Moxanne Modafferi, last Saturday, she lost to Baszler back in 2006, and the two have been close friends ever since. Two great tag matches tonight. Toni and Io underwhelmed because of the weird finish. Shayna Shotzi was all right. And the main event of Mr. Yim versus Mr. Shafir delivered as expected, with the unexpected of the former undraping the prophecy. Holy F that chop from Walter. With Shayna saying she isn't going anywhere and aims to be Shayna 3-time, is this all a swerve to make her Rumble win more of a surprise? And she is leaving NXT after all. Is she going to pull double duty on both NXT Raw and Raw for a while? Is she going to challenge the NXT champ at Mania? Or is Shayna not winning, appearing in the Rumble this year? Keep up the great work, Brady and Davie. Looking forward to your Return of the Jedi review. That'll come out next month.
Yes.
P.S. Saying last week's Ronda should win the Rumble instead of Shayna. Shame. Throws New Day pancakes in your faces. Yeah, well, I said it again this week. So
let's be realistic here, though. WrestleMania, Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, or Becky Lynch versus Shayna Baszler.
Like, Shayna Baszler is the biggest second match they have.
Yeah, but it's not
like, if you're not getting Ronda, Shayna's a big match. I think it is. I think you've got 4 months, 3 months essentially to build it up.
Ronda or bust. That's how I say it. We go to mystery. Hiya, Keith Lee is the new North American champion. Hell yeah. Toni versus Io was a rough. Felt like Toni was incredibly sloppy or lazy. Io tried to carry the match but was dragged down. At least it ended in fuckery. Neither woman should have lost there. That being said, despite Toni being a face, she got nuclear heat for laying out Io after the match, probably the most of the night. But I do think the problem with Toni is she's been very poor in the ring ever since joining WWE. She's fine on the indies, but WWE just phones it in and makes everyone look bad. Shayna saying she isn't going anywhere, obviously a smokescreen, a very poor one, but still. Question of the week. You hear about Asuka being at that mall shooting. Scary stuff. Yeah, that is all so scary. Apparently Asuka is in Vegas at some like fashion thing at a mall, and there was a shooter in the mall, like a shooting, and yeah, she said she's okay, but holy shit, it's crazy when you like wrestlers and stuff tweeting. You don't expect that to happen. You don't expect any of that shit to happen, I guess, really.
Put the fucking guns away.
Yeah, definitely.
Losers.
Yeah. Also, Deonna attacked Shotzi backstage after the show, and then links here through the NXT Twitter. So Deonna Purrazzo and Shotzi Blackheart feud going forward.
Okay.
That could be cool.
I want to see more of Deonna. We've not really... She had a few matches a while ago, but since kind of being rebranded, I'd say.
Yeah, maybe she'll join the Chelsea with Robert Stone.
Yeah, maybe. We go to Mike Hogan, who was live at Full Sail tonight.
Yeah.
Our friends Kevin and Sarah got married at Disney a couple of days ago, so Mike went over to the wedding.
Was it a Galaxy's Edge wedding?
I think they went to Galaxy's Edge. It looked a lot of fun.
Damn.
All right, mates. It's Mike Hogan here from other podcasts and the like. Me and Chuck were there tonight. Apparently, you can see us all night because of my red Liverpool shirt. I'm very drunk and hit a vape pen inside Full Sail more times than you probably should. More times being any times, I guess. However, the Broserweight tag and main event made the whole show worthwhile. Full Sail fans are just a big set of dickheads, as I imagined, with one very rotund fellow shouting botch at anything that didn't go perfectly. I hate most wrestling fans, but thankfully NXT put on a hell of a show tonight to make it worthwhile. Basking in Keith Lee's glory and nothing else, as it's fucking cold here. In Orlando, it's cold.
It gets cold there sometimes.
It doesn't get cold. Come on. It gets not warm.
I didn't smoke. I didn't smoke inside Full Sail when I went there years ago. I did smoke outside when I was there, but I did use vape pens at WrestleMania at MetLife.
Oh yeah,
I'll be straight honest.
And at MSG.
Oh yeah, yeah. Top that, motherfucker. Vaping inside Full Sail, cool. Try vaping in MSG, the world's famous arena.
This Bubba Ray Dudley segment is the fucking best thing ever.
Enzo and Kasserback? What?
Thank you, Hogan and Chuck. I am so pleased that you didn't get kicked out tonight. I did have concerns.
I said to you before the show that I thought your friends were going to get kicked out.
I totally thought they were going to get
kicked out. I know your friends. They're a bunch of degenerates.
Yeah.
And they're going to get kicked out.
It
takes one to know one. So I was scared for them. We go to, is it me next? Jake from the Windy City. All I have to say is end new champion. Keith Lee, whoop, whoop. Looks like he won't be in the Rumble after all, but I'm so happy that he's having a moment. Can I pause that? Just because he wins this title doesn't mean he can't win the Rumble.
True. Maybe.
That's a smokescreen. He says, in the closing segment, I thought that we couldn't get a bigger and better build to Worlds Collide than tonight. I could hear that Walter Edge chop all the way from Illinois. That was brutal. I've seen and heard some hard chops in 15 years of wrestling, but damn. After a disappointing first week, the rest of the Dusty Classic has provided some entertaining in-ring matches. This show also didn't neglect its promo packages either. Great show overall as usual. Cheerio, lads. Catch you later. Thank you, Jake. And I know it was your birthday, so happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Jake. And also, happy birthday, Dad. My dad's birthday.
Oh.
The GM of NXT UK.
Your dad looks exactly like Johnny Saint
He does. NXT UK. We go to Kissy Boots. Good evening, NXT friends.
Friends! Thank you.
Friends. First time in a long time. First time in a long time. Great show tonight and enjoyed it all, especially the Riddle and Dunne promo. Riddle's Gonna Smoke You had me laughing. I love the Full Sail crowd. Over the past weeks, I've been listening, but not posting, so I have a few things to say.
Okay.
Love the Dijakovic grunts in between the Patreon names. Wah! Chelsea Green now solidifies that the last season of Tough Enough was the most successful, bringing us Mandy Rose, Sonya Deville, Velveteen Dream, Chelsea, and even Raquel, formerly from Impact Wrestling. I watched that season. Chelsea Green was in.
Yeah.
I need to go back.
Yeah, she was.
The one with like Hogan and Miz and.
All I know is that's the one with Velveteen Dream where he yells at someone. He's like, "You're not gonna be here. I'm gonna be a star. You're not gonna be here. You can count on that." And it's like, oh, you were right.
He was the only guy who knew what wrestling was.
Then. Yeah. He's going off on someone, and I was like, I just saw this clip on Reddit recently, and I was like, whoa.
I ashamedly quite liked that season. It was quite fun. Weird. Damian Priest being a vampire is most likely a thing because even the beginning of his entrance video says in Fire, "Live forever," which he said in a promo before and is kind of what vampires do. I don't mind seeing Vin Diesel as Blade.
Hey, what about that Morbius movie? Vampires are in again, baby. Morbius movie. And I went to the ROM has a bloodsuckers exhibit, and it's all about vampires and stuff like that. And Netflix has this new show, Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's
it's a BBC one.
I watched it. Pretty cool. I love me some vampires, but I'm happy that someone else out there believes me that he's a vampire, that Damian Priest is in fact a lost boy.
I'll leave you with this. I hope Dunne and Riddle win the Dusty Classic because I want to see Dunne come out and trying to hold the Dusty Cup in his teeth like he does with title belts. Enjoy the rest of your night, Sky. Yes, I want to see that too.
Thank you very much. Hugh from Melbourne here. Another solid show. Great crowd reaction to the grizzled young veterans. It's nice to have heels with real heel heat, unlike the Cool Dudes era and the Zero Heat Forgotten Sons. Both semifinals were great fun, and so were the promos afterwards. Maybe the UK team could stick around for a while to fill the division in until more teams are TV ready. Toni Storm's had a couple of years to adapt to WWE style, and it's still not clicking. Maybe she's one of the talents who will do better on the main roster like Elias. How do you say his name? Ilya Dragunov?
Ilya.
Dragunov's promo was excellent, but he probably should have had a match so the U.S. audience can see him. I agree.
Yeah, no, totally.
It's going to suck at Worlds Collide when he does the pointing thing in the corner and no one chants Unbezagbar with him. At least it should still be a great match. Shotzi Blackheart looked great against Shayna, even in defeat. I can see her and Chelsea Green being major players in post-Mania call-ups. My guesses are Bianca Belair, Mia Yim, Toni Storm, and Shayna Baszler are all moving up. I didn't see the title change coming tonight, so I think Walter pins Roddy at Worlds Collide. Then he loses his rematch at TakeOver before getting kicked out of the Undisputed Era.
Like, I can see that being teased, but you need to keep those four together.
I think
you can't break them up until their main roster, I feel.
Definitely. There's so much money to be made from these guys.
Unless all four never want to move up.
Right.
But I just see them invading Raw, like storming Raw one day.
We're the NXT hard-hitting people here, so ask yourself, is there a world where Roderick Strong is not in the Undisputed Era anymore? Like,
yeah, it was when
he was the dad.
17.
When he was Roddy the dad. Yeah. But I'm talking about, like, we saw a match with Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly where Bobby Fish got injured, and right in the middle of the fucking early minutes of the match, Roddy subs in while still in his Calvins.
That was one of the most impressive things of all of last year.
Ever since seeing that, I cannot take you seriously if someone says, oh, then he should leave. You watch that and you go, no, this guy deserves to be in this thing. He deserves the check every time they sell those
t-shirts. So fucking good.
I see people walking around all the time and he's still in Undisputed Era hats and shirts. And I tweeted about it, but I tell you what I saw a guy wearing last week at the club. This guy's in the club wearing a Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder t-shirt.
Yeah, no, you mentioned,
a Dean Ambrose hat, and some other jacket that was WWE as well. And this is all I did was I walked up to him and I said, nice shirt. And he was so shook that I said that. And I go, I know what it is. He goes, you know what it is? I'm like, yeah. He's like, what is it?
Don't you know who I am?
He's like, then what is it? I was like, you're weird, aren't you? I knew you were gonna be fucking weird. Wrestling fans sometimes.
Right. We go to David George from Manila. He's back.
Hey.
It's been a while, BFFs. I missed you. Anyway,
we missed you too.
We miss you too, David George. Here is my super quick review. This is a good stress reliever type episode, but a must watch nonetheless. That includes the main event. No question about it. Clap, clap, clap emoji. I hope that there will be more NXT surprises in the Rumble this Sunday. Thumbs up emoji, winky face emoji, ... Questions. Who are your personal picks to be the winners on both the Royal Rumble and Worlds Collide? I think we'll get into that very soon.
Sure.
Are there any chances that Shelton Benjamin could be a champion? At least a 24/7 title should do anytime soon.
I mean, he's the gold standard, and there ain't no stopping him. But I think his time has passed.
I think it's time. Maybe a 24/7, but anyway. Keep up the great work, Sir Brady and Sir Davie. Take care, and God bless.
Thank you very much.
Winky face emoji. Thank you, George.
Winky face emoji is my favorite. No, I like the cheeky looking one. I use that. That's the number one used emoji. And the eggplant one. B Detroit, my boys, what up, doe? Okay, just gonna say, besides DJZ's weird ass outfit, tonight's show was a banger. But no, really, what the hell was that? Do better. The title switch was great. Super happy for Keith Lee bringing Big Lad Wrestling back.
Big Lad Wrestling.
Side note, is Angel Garza just Juandissimo from Fairly Odd Parents? Wow. True. Everyone go look up the Fairly Odd Parents. I'm butchering the name, but Juandissimo. This is like, yeah. He looks just like him. Anyways, great show. 8 out of 10 Walter chops. By the way, Adam Cole is the sell god. Yeah, he really is. He's so good at selling. Something, we were talking about our recipes for food. What about the Walter chops?
Oh, yeah.
Easy.
For sure.
Yeah.
Down the line when we're running out of stuff.
Yeah.
And finally, we go to Alexander from Portland. Fuck. I was really hoping we'd see Keith Lee win the strap at TakeOver Portland. I'll gladly settle for the Broserweights taking the tag straps then. Dunne was one of the most over talents at the house show here a few months ago. Question. What current NXT talent do you see having prominent matches at WrestleMania? Besides Shayna, I can't imagine anyone getting called up for a big match.
I don't believe in the thing where they should put the NXT matches on WrestleMania, just do your takeover like you've been doing it. It's been such a success, especially after this past year. Like takeover WrestleMania weekend was the shit. One of the best wrestling shows, if not the best show I've ever been to.
Yeah,
just leave it the way it is.
I just worry about it not getting the like kind of time or respect.
Of course, it won't. It's not a chance. Your title matches are going to have 8 minutes, and the crowd's not going to know who they are or care. So it's not fair.
Yeah, I don't know what they could do.
Yeah, I don't want to see that. But for prediction-wise and some things, well, let's go into what we think is going to happen at Worlds Collide.
Yes. So I've got the card here. So let's start with the pre-show, the match we've all been waiting for: Kaylee Ray versus Mia Yim.
Can't wait. Take my money. Kaylee Ray retains.
Who cares? I didn't even know this match was happening.
Yeah, shocker.
Is this even a title? I don't know.
Cool.
No, I don't think it's a title match. Kaylee Ray.
Excellent.
Yeah,
sounds good.
DIY versus Mustache Mountain.
Yeah, I think this is going to steal the show, hands down, and I think DIY wins this match. I think Ciampa needs to reheat himself for Adam Cole at TakeOver Portland.
True, yeah, that's a match happening, yeah. So I agree with you.
And Mustache Mountain can take an L here. Trent's in the match for a reason.
Then we have Angel Garza versus Isaiah Swerve Scott versus Jordan Devlin versus Travis Banks. Spoilers. In a fatal 4-way match for the NXT Cruiserweight Championship. I think Angel Garza's just started having something really good in NXT. I think it's way too early to take the title from him. I think this match will be great. I think all 4 guys are fantastic.
Me too.
But I think Garza retains. So far, are you agreeing?
I think Garza should retain as well. I could see them putting it on Swerve as well, but Jordan Devlin, one of my favorite wrestlers, I just don't think it fits that kind of right now. It'd be cool if that title goes overseas and comes back, and that's cool.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm not against it.
But so far, it's 2-1 to NXT proper.
Okay.
We then have Finn Balor versus Ilya Dragunov.
Wouldn't it be cool if Dragunov wins this? But I really don't see that happening because you got to promote Finn versus Gargano at. There's going to be some screwy finishes, aren't there, at this show? There's going to be more interruptions, distractions, considering the angles they want to push.
We don't often see at like these kind of events.
No, you're right. I hope not.
I see Finn as well.
Yeah.
So 3-1 NXT proper.
Excellent.
Rhea Ripley versus Toni Storm for the NXT Women's Championship.
Oh, well, since all the people in our feedback tonight say Toni Storm's the greatest women's wrestler of all time, I'm going to have to say Toni Storm wins this.
Okay.
Just because.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like it could be a landslide, pretty much.
Rhea Ripley.
I'm going to go Rhea Ripley as well. And then Imperium versus the Undisputed Era. I think Imperium are winning this one. I think NXT UK needs to get something.
Numbers on the board.
And I think Roderick Strong, having just lost the title, loses and takes the fall here.
Don't tease me with another Roddy leaving Undisputed Era again. Don't do this to my heart. Come on, guys. Don't do this to me. Yeah, I see Imperium winning too because Undisputed Era can take the L right now. Yeah, it's interesting, the storyline. So what about the Royal Rumble? Because there's so many things going on in the Royal Rumble. Do you see? I know we mentioned some surprises, but I don't know. I really don't. I'm intrigued. Are we going to bet some money on the?
I always bet on the Rumble.
Yeah.
I've already entered a couple of Rumble pools.
Excellent.
And stuff. So we have. Is this even happening?
What is it?
I think no. That's a prediction match. Okay, Sheamus versus Shorty G.
What? That's still a thing? The Shorty G guy?
Shorty G
in the ball shorts?
Yeah, and Sheamus is back. I don't know if you knew that.
Wow. Shorty G.
I'm going to go with Sheamus there.
Nice.
United States Championship, Andrade, the champion, defending against Humberto Carrillo.
Oh, nice.
This should be a great match.
Did you see Andrade kill Rey Mysterio?
I have watched
that crazy
match, yeah.
Andrade retains instantly.
I say as well, but I think this could be
He's your boy.
A really good match if given time. We have, you're going to love this match. Roman Reigns against King Corbin in a Falls Count Anywhere match.
You're talking about matches during events when you need to go use the washroom.
Have a little poo?
Yeah. I'm going to go take a big Baron Corbin.
We can't because we're on hot mic.
Remember? Oh yeah, we're gonna be on that hot mic. Well, I'll be straight with our viewers.
I'll keep people entertained during this one.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Roman Reigns. It's coming into WrestleMania season. He needs a big match at Mania. He needs a big W.
Yeah, I guess. Cool. Don't care.
SmackDown Women's Championship. Bailey defending her title against Lacey Evans.
Bailey.
I say Bailey as well. Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch defending the title against Asuka.
I'm really excited for this match because last year I really loved it. Underappreciated match, in my opinion, was Becky Lynch versus Asuka from last Royal Rumble. And Becky tapped clean. And it was something that I was like, whoa, how did this happen? And a year later, they've managed to turn it into an actual storyline. I feel like it has Becky Lynch's input into her storylines more so. Becky, I think, is creative, and Becky's kind of lost something in her matches, at least for me. So this one is a one to kind of get that back. So I have high hopes for this. I think it's going to be a banger, and I think Becky Lynch retains. Obviously,
I would kind of like to see if you're going with Ronda or Shayna, I would kind of like to see whatever that match is as a non-title match, and have Becky lose to Asuka here again. So Asuka is the only one in the company who has Becky Lynch's number, and that's a story you can keep telling for years. I think if you're having Ronda Rousey versus Becky Lynch at WrestleMania, you don't need a title on that. And I think you could end up having Asuka as tag champ and women's champ, and eventually having a little breakup with Kairi Sane, and having a babyface Kairi Sane coming out of that fucking pirate ship in Tampa to beat Asuka for the title.
There's the pirate
There's
ship.
my pipe dream right there.
Wow, book it. You just booked WrestleMania.
So I'm going with Asuka.
So Becky's winning.
Yeah, I mean, probably. But I'd love to see Asuka win this.
Right.
We have the Universal Championship, The Fiend, Bray Wyatt, defending against Daniel Bryan in a strap match.
I don't know. Maybe hopefully I'm regular that day and have to poop again. I don't know. I really don't know what to tell you.
Strap match.
Why? Why is this? I don't know.
I see the Fiend. I think the Fiend.
The Fiend
retains here.
Should be Daniel Bryan, so I actually get some wrestling.
I would love Daniel Bryan to win this match.
Yeah.
And defend that Mania
Get rid
again.
of this shit. It's not working.
But yeah, I see it unfortunately being the Fiend. Women's Royal Rumble match. So
Ronda
far we
Rousey.
have 4 confirmed competitors by the looks of it. You're saying Ronda Rousey?
Ronda Rousey, baby. Bad reputation.
I'm gonna go with Sasha Banks, and we're gonna get that Sasha Banks Bailey match.
Perfect.
Fuck, I'm swerving. I'm swerving here.
You're writing their WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna listen to this and go, "Wow,
Whoa,
this guy
this
come
is
up with a
kind
good
of
idea.
good stuff."
We finally have the pirate ship idea. We finally figured it out. Someone to come out on the pirate ship is the actual fucking pirate in this company, and Paul Burchill will be there.
Paul
too.
Burchill as
He'll
well.
be there.
And finally, the men's Royal Rumble match.
All right, there's so many different things. I don't know. Matt Riddle, Keith Lee.
You got Brock coming in as number 1, but not defending the title in the match.
So, like, what?
Well, I think the thing is he wants to eliminate everyone, so he doesn't have to defend.
So he gets the night off.
It's like, I get April 6th off. Sweet.
That's stupid because then you don't get
Whenever
the payday.
it is. Yeah.
You don't get the payday then. What about Brock Lesnar wins the Royal Rumble and then challenges for Daniel Bryan's Universal?
Or challenges the Fiend or whatever.
Yeah. You could do that as well. I don't know. This year I'm not as excited for the Rumble, but I know as soon as that bell rings and the numbers start coming down, you get so into it.
It's so open, which makes it really interesting.
Yeah.
And if they can book a fun match, it could be really good.
And I don't know. I'm not a Drew fan, but if this is the way to make a star out of him, then sure. But he doesn't really click for me. So it's not a match I'm interested in seeing. There's so many different ways to go about it, and surprises. I want to see some people show up. Some I don't know, some people that you don't expect, some legends.
I really don't know who you'd go with. I think I was thinking before this win, a Keith Lee win could be awesome. Just strap the rocket to someone.
Right.
I'm gonna go with Drew. I'm gonna go with the more obvious choice there.
CM Punk.
Yeah. Why not? Why not?
Jay White.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's it. I guess we'll find out this Sunday at the Royal Rumble. But we're doing our own Royal Rumble for our Patreon, patreon.com/upNXT. We will be joined by John Pollock, Wei Ting, and Mike Murray for this Royal Rumble game that will be out tomorrow. $5 a month. Sign up. You get all these shows. We've been doing movie reviews, even more wrestling reviews. We do AEW Dynamite every week. I can't wait to watch AEW because this show is on land. Why did I have to watch a show that's on land?
They're on a fucking boat.
They're on a
boat.
Yeah, and we were just in Full Sail.
Yeah.
So
sale though, there's a sale there.
Yeah.
Yes, we are doing our movie reviews. We're starting going through some Bond films. So with Daniel Craig's final outing as James Bond, coming out this April in No Time to Die, we thought we'd go back and revisit Casino Royale as it's the Royal Rumble month. And yeah, I think we might go through all of the Daniel Craig films. Casino Royale is a fucking great film.
Yeah.
So that will be coming out on Sunday. Also on Sunday, download the Hot Mic app.
Yeah.
To join us with our live thoughts and reactions in real time as the Royal Rumble is happening. This should be a lot of fun. It's a new thing we're trying out. So download Hot Mic app from Google Play, iTunes Store, whatever you use.
Yeah, we'll be tweeting out again. Follow, even if you don't use Twitter and stuff, but around the times of the shows this weekend. And if you want to try to check this out and see what we're talking about, to join us and kind of hang out with us while we all watch wrestling, go to our Twitter at upNXT podcast. We'll be tweeting the links to share out and all that stuff. So it's really easy to use. So I'm kind of excited to hang out with some people and watch some Royal Rumble because it's the perfect ones to watch. It's the most fun wrestling.
You know what? Maybe we'll be hanging out with some of our very kind patrons.
Yes.
Who I'm going to say a little thank you.
Yes, definitely. I'm not doing the Dijakovic sounds.
We've already done them.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
He
hasn't been here in a while.
So I'd like to say thank you to an actual personal friend of mine who's a supporter of us, Chris Last, the lawyer.
Nice.
Thank you very much for supporting us. Daniel Kakache. I'm going to go with Kakache. Kakase, I don't know. Thank you so much. Howard Nishi, thank you for all your support. I think you know this guy, Jesse Templeton, aka Jesse from the Six.
Well, you just doxed him.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And Marius Krapczynski, thank you for your patronage and support and keeping this show free every week.
Yes, and thank you to Mike Westerberg. Thank you to Robert Frith. Thank you to Colm Abbott. No relation to Tank, I don't think. And thank you to, does that just say Duh?
Duh.
The guy's name is Duh?
Yeah.
Oh, you know that's just a fake account. That's like an X or something trying to listen to me say all the shit I say on the Patreon. And thank you to John Taylor, not Jonathan Taylor Thomas, I hope. Well, that'd be amazing. We should get him on the show. Thank you to all these people.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we do this show Up Next every Wednesday night, again, wherever you get your podcasts. And it's always free and will always be free. But if you want to hear more of us, you want to hear all the other stuff, we do AEW Dynamite versus NXT review every Thursday, as well as all the shows that we previously mentioned today. So we put out all this content, and it's because of the patrons that we have. The numbers just keep going up. We had no idea. We had no idea this would happen. So we always have to say thank you to anyone who listens and supports us, because it means the world to us. We love doing this. So thank you so much. We can talk to you again this weekend, again with our Worlds Collide review Saturday night. It will be out. We'll be on our YouTube as well, youtube.com/upnext. I myself, Braden Herrington. You can find me. I don't bite hard. I am on Twitter and Instagram at the Brady.
And I'm at Davie Portman.
And I don't know what else there is to say. So we're gonna get out of here. We're gonna make like Harry and Meghan, and we're gonna get the fuck out. That's what.
Good for them. Good for them. I'm proud of them.
So Worlds Collide. We'll